I cannot believe that winter is already gone. It went so fast. And for us Floridians, it stayed pretty hot. And that's rough because the rest of the year is going to be really hot. But it kind of has to do with our subject today, because winter gives way to spring, and that's when things start to bloom and grow and blossom and turn into what they're supposed to be. Because everything that was created, including each human on the face of the earth, was designed with a purpose. And figuring out what that is not that hard. It's not. You know what you got to do? You got to go, what do I like? What excites me? What turns me on? What makes me feel excited? That's part of your purpose. Everything you love has something to do with what you were created to do. Now, some guys might go, I like football. I like drinking beer and football on Sunday. But does that have to do with my purpose? And it does. No, that's not all you're supposed to do with your life. But the thing about it is, maybe you're a team leader, or maybe you're a team player, or maybe you're a coach or a cheerleader, kind of encouragement person who likes to boost people on. That's me. I'm a cheerleader for sure. Or it could be that you're a rule maker, that you're the one who comes up with the diagrams or the way to get things done. Or maybe you're the kind of person that helps people realize how important it is to follow the rules. I mean, you don't know what it is unless you look at it. You have to pay attention to your thoughts and your feelings. Now, you can't let your thoughts and feelings run you, because they're not facts. They're just thoughts and feelings. But they are there for a reason. They have a purpose. And that's to help you discover what you were created to do, or to make you aware of what you should stay away from. Your feelings are important. They just can't run your life. When those feelings and thoughts come up, you got to keep asking the Lord, what is it? What does this mean? Why am I feeling this way? What is it you want me to do in response to this? Why am I the kind of person who feels sad about this or gets excited about that? All those things have something to tell you. It's part of how God created you. And that's, what will give you the clues to that. God created you with good intentions to accomplish great things. And now that doesn't mean everybody's the front man. It seems like everybody wants to be the front man, the pastor, the speaker, the quarterback, the ballerina star, whatever, the singer, Not everybody's the front man. You got to have people that play in the band to make the front man look good. It's not important what part or what role you play. What's important is that you're good at that role, because everybody's role is important. And listen, being the front man, if that's what you want to call me, because I certainly don't think of myself that way, is not that great. Listen, I don't get paid for many of the places I go and speak at. And, I've been posting things on social media every single day, writing things, taking pictures, finding good quotes for 6 entire years. And I still only get between 6 and 10 likes. And people that have a social media following, or whatever you want to call it, they get hundreds of thousands. So I'm nowhere near that. But it doesn't matter. I don't care about that, because this is my purpose. And there's a thrill to doing it and being obedient to that brings life to me like nothing else. And I've had to learn to let that be enough. I don't need a bunch of people telling me what I'm doing is good. You know what? Maybe it's people that don't feel good about themselves and don't want to be seen on social media or whatever. And so they read them and they don't like it, or they don't leave a comment, or they're still working through whatever that issue is. It doesn't matter to me. It brings a certain amount of satisfaction to me, an unbelievable amount of satisfaction to me, because it's what I'm supposed to be doing. every system that's created has to run appropriately or it doesn't accomplish anything. So I have to do what it is God's called me to do in the way that He's told me to do it so that it accomplishes what it was designed to accomplish. Every single role is equally important. So don't think that what you're doing or what you have to say is not significant, because it is. But there's a key to it. And the key to your role becoming what it was supposed to be, and accomplishing what it was supposed to do is the environment. The environment of your mentality, of your spirituality, and of your physicality. In other words, what you think and where your spirit is focused and where you physically are. For example, if you put an oak seed, I take that back, into this little teeny tiny container, it never grows into the tree it's supposed to be because it gets stifled. Oak trees have hundreds of different varieties, and they live in different places, and the material that comes from them has tons of uses. So you don't know what you're supposed to be as an oak tree, but you do got to be in an environment that lets you grow into what you're supposed to be. You're a human, so you're a seed that has feet. You don't have to stay where you were originally planted, meaning mentally or physically. Maybe you come from an abusive family or a super religious group of people, or you were in a poverty-stricken environment, or you have an addictive background, parents that were addicts, and all these things affect who we grow into. But as humans, we don't have to stay where we were. Look, you don't know if you're created to be furniture or cabinets or flooring or a boat or a barrel or kitchen hardware or, there's just all kinds of things. And all of those things are needed, and all of those things are important, and all of those things have use, and so do you. Or maybe your purpose is just to grow strong and tall where you are, so that kids have shade tree, or are able to build a fort. It doesn't have to be some big elaborate thing that you are the one who built the Titanic. No, because the Titanic sank. So obviously, trying to be the big dog, the person who gets all the attention, is not where the satisfaction comes. The satisfaction comes from finding what you were created to do and doing that. So you have to rise up out of any atmosphere that keeps you stifled. You know what that means? Who you hang around with, what you talk about, what you think about. Those are your atmospheres. Some of them are physical atmospheres, some of them are mental, and some of them are spiritual. You have to rise out of everything that's holding you back and keeping you from growing into the oak tree you're supposed to be. You can't ever forget that you're an oak. You can't. You are an oak tree. That's just an example. Obviously, you're not an oak tree, but you're a Christian. You're a child of the King, and you have a purpose. So don't let your environment keep you from that purpose. Be strong and solid and grow into who you and what you were created to be. So that's what my challenge for you is this week, to keep remembering that you're an oak tree. And don't let anything keep you from growing into who you're supposed to be. I love you guys, and I hope you have an absolutely fabulous week. See you next week. It's important that we have a reason to wake up every day. It's amazing. I've experienced it, and so can you. Take your feelings to Him. He's good. You can do it. It'll make a difference.